What's going on, guys? ChillisFM here, taking a look at Shadow SKUNTANK in the Open Ultra League. Guys, this team went on an absolute tear, going 17-0 once I started playing it. Didn't drop a single game until my 18th battle, and even that one was very close. And my longest win streak ever is 18 wins. So I was about to surpass that, and honestly, I think I looked at that number and I got in my head, maybe I could have won that 18th battle. Doesn't matter, it's done. 17-0 is still absolutely nuts. And all three of these Pokemon put in work. If I were to pick an MVP, I'd say Cobalion, but Shadow SKUNTANK getting to those Trailblazes after only 6 Poison Jabs is absolutely nuts as well, because that Poison Jab damage can absolutely just rip through some teams. And what I did find for Shadow SKUNTANK is it's a really good core breaker into a lot of people's teams. So let's go ahead and talk about some of these battles. Leave a like, leave a comment down below. Let's go. Alright, they're coming in with Driplim, and in the back, going to be Verizion, and there it is. We are already core breaking. Now, Verizion able to resist SKUNTANK's moveset if you're running Crunch and Trailblaze, but a lot of SKUNTANKs historically have run things like Flamethrower, Sludge Bomb. So we do pull a shield regardless. They go for the Stone Edge, looking to pick up the KO with one move, but they're not going to be able to do that. We're going to get this next Trailblaze off. They are going to no-shield it, but it just doesn't matter. I mean, these Poison Jabs just do so much, double boosted. Now they come in with the Driplim. They are able to Astonish down, and we're going to have to put our Fighter on this. Well, I choose to put my Fighter on it, but it really shouldn't matter. We can go ahead and eat whatever they throw here. Even if they have Sacred Fire, they're going to need 2 moves to KO. It's going to be the Shadow Ball. I think most are running Icy Wind right now, so not really a threat. Anyways, I'm going to go ahead and go for this Stone Edge. They shielded up. I decided to try to catch the Icy Wind, since the Astonishers are kind of ripping through me, and we are able to successfully catch. It is going to be the Icy Wind. Now, looking back at this, I should have just swapped. And we would have easily won immediately. But we're still in a good spot here, because my Cobalion should be able to reach a Stone Edge if I want to play it that way, or I can just shield this up. And it's the Icy Wind, it doesn't matter. We're going to outpace to this Aero Ace, and that's going to be a GG's. Well played to my opponent. So Astonish Driplim, a little bit more impressive with the fast moves, but it does get to its charge moves a little bit slower, which helped me out there. Alright, jumping into the next battle. SKUNTANK up against a Ampharos. This is really generally a good lead for SKUNTANK, because most Ampharos are going to be running Trailblaze and Brutal Swing, and we'd be resisting both of those. So I go ahead and no shield, and they are actually running Thunder Punch, so not near as good of a matchup, but they end up swapping out into Guzzlord anyways, trying to catch a resisted move. I get a hard punish this Guzzlord with Cobalion, and that's what I really found for Cobalion is it's just such a hard punish for a lot of the common safe swaps. Like the Dark Poisons, the Drapions, that is, everyone's been talking up for a while. It's going to be the best safe swap in Ultra League. Hard wall for these Drapions. So we're going to go ahead and just eat all the moves here. Farm up nearly to 100 energy. Out comes a Feraligatr, and we're just going to fire off Sacred Sword after Sacred Sword right here. Sacred Sword number 1 coming through. Sacred Sword number 2 coming through. And yeah, SKUNTANK obviously does have a good matchup here, since it would be resisting the Shadow Claws, but we are low enough that a Hydro Cannon would be taking us out. So I decided to come in with Golisopod anyways. They throw the Hydro Cannon, and then they come in with their Ampharos. I didn't mind coming in with Golisopod knowing they had an Ampharos, just because of Golisopod's spammy enough that it can actually do well here. We're going to go ahead and get this Liquidation off to pull their first shield. And they're going to need to throw immediately here. Yeah, they do throw immediately. Otherwise, I make the next Liquidation. We're going to go ahead and just let this go, knowing that they're not going to be able to boost their attack. They don't have Trailblaze, or it doesn't appear that they do. And at this point, I'm just going to come in, throw a good timing, get the Sacred Sword off to pull the final shield. And I think I showed this up, right? Yeah, just show this up. Make sure that they're not going to catch here. And they do go for the catch. That's perfectly fine. I come in with SKUNTANK. I do this a few times, and I apologize. You should always go Trailblaze. You should always go Trailblaze if the move is going to KO. It's hard to break the habit. But it doesn't matter here. We're going to be able to take this game anyways. So GG's. Well played to my opponent. In fact, that's something I did in the one battle that I did lose, is I threw a Crunch when I could have thrown a Trailblaze. Alright, into the next one. Golisopod, good lead since we are resisting the Shadow Claws. They're coming out with a Fire Spin Charizard, and that is the recommended move set now, since Wing Attack got nerfed. Fire Spin got buffed. It does do more damage now. But I've played GBL long enough that I know Charizard counts. I know they did not build up to the Blast Burn, so we're going to just eat that Dragon Claw, come in with Golisopod. And now they did build up to the Blast Burn. We're gonna respect that. Of course we're gonna respect that. Blast Burn comes through. Now I can overfarm. And I think they're in Aerial Ace range. Be careful with Golisopod. The Aerial Ace doesn't do a lot of damage. And things are bulky in the Ultra League. I kind of wish I would have just gone Liquidation there just to be sure. But it did end up KOing, so it ended up being a good thing. Now they could have CMP'd me here. I guess they thought that they would lose CMP, so they do go ahead and let this Aerial Ace come through. I go for the Snipe, and there it is. Cresselia, I'm telling y'all, like, SKUNTANK, core-breaking teams. Maybe I'm underhyping it because I was just so impressed with Cobalion. And I think you're going to see a lot more of Cobalion shine later. But SKUNTANK, definitely a good core breaker. Definitely a good core breaker. Alright, Grass Knot comes through right there. We're going to make it to another Crunch. No reason to go Trailblaze here. We want to hit them with super effective damage. Puts them into the red. And at this point, even Cobalion can handle this Cresselia. Cresselia cannot hit Cobalion for super effective. Both Moonblast and Future Sight are going to be hitting for neutral. I decided to go ahead and try to catch a Grass Knot. Let's see if they did throw Grass Knot. And they did. Beautiful. So now I could honestly just double kick this down. That's what I'm going for. They come out with the Golisopod. I'm just going to go ahead and throw this Sacred Sword to take it out. And that should be a GG's. Well played to my opponent. They do go ahead and throw energy, I guess, just to see how much it does. Y'all get to see too. Moonblast, less than 50%. That's GG's. Let's go. Let's go. Next battle. Shadow Machamp. I actually saw 3 Shadow Machamps in the first 3 sets that I played. So Shadow Machamp, a pretty common lead right now. But I feel like it was the same for Great League. The first day of Great League, a lot of people were running Shadow Machamp, and then it kind of died off. So we'll see if it's the same for Ultra League. I'm going to go ahead and go for the Trailblaze to boost my attack. They actually eat it, and they would have made another cross drop, so I do decide to catch it on my Golisopod. It will be resisted. So we're going to get that Shadow Claw down. Opponent is thinking, and they decide to come in with a Feraligatr. Feraligatr, not necessarily the hardest answer for Golisopod, but if they have Crunch, it's a pretty good matchup because, like I said, Aerial Ace just really doesn't do anything. Doesn't even take them to half health. So I decided to go ahead and no shield right here. I'm happy to put my Cobalion or my SKUNTANK on this, but they actually go for the Hydro Cannon. So going to be trying to play to the CMP tie, knowing Golisopod wins it. They don't fall for it, and that's perfectly fine. I'm going to get the next Aerial Ace off here. And I decided to come in, try to get ahead on energy with Cobalion, knowing I'm going to end up giving up a shield regardless, and they were just going to Shadow Claw down my Golisopod. In the back, going to be a Drifblim. And this was the first game that I thought, oh, okay, I probably lost. I'm not going to bait. I am going to go straight for the Stone Edge. They do shield it up. So we do have 3 ways to hit this opponent for super effective damage. Stone Edge and Crunch. None of these are going to one-shot though. Just to be honest. But I'm thinking maybe if I can land a Stone Edge, then maybe I can Trailblaze with SKUNTANK and Poison Jab down. They shield both Stone Edges. So now I'm thinking, well, okay, I can land a Crunch. The Shadow Crunch, it should do a lot. I just don't think it's going to do enough. They go for the Icy Wind there. They try to snipe with Feraligatr. I get the Poison Jab down, which gives me some farm. And now I'm going to be able to throw this Crunch on good timing, and I don't get debuffed beforehand. Crunch coming through. Puts him into the red, and we get the defense drop, and that is the most clutch defense drop I have ever got. Because otherwise, I don't win this. Now, I can force them to throw in my Golisopod. I can come in with my Cobalion. I thought I had the Sacred Sword, but I wasn't 100% for sure. So I go ahead and go for the Sacred Sword instead. It's played to take out, even though it is triple resistant. That's going to be GG's. Well played to my opponent. All right, into the next one. Verizion lead. Great lead. They're going to be staying in. So I say great lead. It's more of a good lead because I think they win the zeros. I do think they win the zeros. Sacred Sword just hits hard. You can see like 2 Sacred Swords basically takes out my SKUNTANK. So I do end up firing off this Trailblaze. They can no-shield this and still get off the Sacred Sword. They respect the potential Flamethrower, which, I mean, it's cool. I think after this one, I decided that I don't want to throw that Trailblaze anymore. What I want to do is just go ahead and give up the shield and just Poison Jab all the way down. I think that's just the better play. Anyways, they end up swapping out into a Muck. We can go ahead and farm up energy on SKUNTANK and then come in with a hard punish, Cobalion. Here it is. So we don't have to show it anything. They did Acid Spray the first time. All these Poison Jabs are double resisted. Dark Pulse going to be single resisted. Doesn't do too much. I do decide to throw the Sacred Sword before their next Dark Pulse to keep some good HP on my Cobalion while still exiting with some energy as well. Out comes their third. It's a Shadow Drapion. And I'm happy, but I'm not happy because, of course, Golisopod, Drapion's going to be resisting Golisopod's Shadow Claws. So I need to be smart here. I'm thinking I can still survive an Aqua Tail, and that's what we go for. They do snipe us with the Verizion. Very nice play. By the way, this is a variation of Jamie Finn's team, like his signature team. He's hit legend with a version of this team so many times, and there's so many people trying to copy it now. So just be prepared for like this team structure. I saw this idea 4 times yesterday. 2 of them were with Verizion, 1 was with Machamp in the lead, and 1 was with Pangoro in the lead. So anyway, it was Shadow Claw down the Verizion, leave with double liquidation, and that's going to be enough to take out the Drapion. So GG's, well played to my opponent. Let's go. Oh, I've won all 100, huh? I just saw that on screen. I haven't claimed those. I've played all today's sets already. Oops. Oh well, GG's. All right, another Verizion lead. Let's see if I play this one different. It's so funny to watch Verizion CPs because my Verizion's the same. It's like 2470 something. This one's not even, it doesn't even have the Elite TM. Ooh, close combat hits super hard though. I was not expecting that. They come out with Lickilicky. I throw the Crunch. I shouldn't have. I should have come in with Cobalion. A lot of Lickilickys are running Earthquake, but Rollout is double resisted and non-stab. So if they were running Earthquake, my Cobalion was never threatened. I didn't need to throw the Crunch. But since I got the defense drop, I'm going to actually be able to just double kick all the way down. They also threw the Body Slam there. Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't try to CMP and be all cutesy. Go for your nuke moves. Go for your big moves. That would have forced me to throw a Sacred Sword if they went for another Shadow Ball. But since they went to the Body Slam, I just leave with 100 energy. All right. Out comes the Verizion. I'm going to go ahead and catch here. I'm hoping that this is another close combat. I know it's like the Leaf Blade. That's fine. That's fine. Second Leaf Blade would put us pretty low. So I am going to go ahead and shield up my Golisopod now. And they're going to come out with a Feraligatr. So many Feraligatrs in the back. So many Feraligatrs. If you could find something that's beating the Dark Poisons and Feraligatrs and put it in the back of your team, you're going to cook. I'm telling you. I don't know what that is for sure. I mean, I guess like Registeel, but Registeel's not that good in a Gator. Gator just needs a tiny bit of energy to beat Registeel. Especially since the Zap Cannon debuffs are only like, what, 30% chance now? 33%? I'm not sure. Something like that. Anyways, we're going to be able to take this game. We're going to go for the Crunch. Oh, again, Trailblaze. I got lucky. I got so lucky. I got so lucky in these battles. And my camera froze. Okay, there it goes. Just go Trailblaze. I got the defense drop, so it worked out the exact same. Just go Trailblaze. All right, into the next one. Tentacruel lead. We're like triple good, triple soft, triple neutral. We're triple neutral into this. I know it's not a winning matchup for SKUNTANK, so I'm going to go ahead and farm up energy, and then I'm going to catch the Scald where it is resisted. Opponent's actually staying in. They did get the attack drop, so I thought they were just going to play it out. Instead, they end up catching on Wheezing. So good catch by my opponent. That Aerial Ace does absolutely nothing. Galarian Wheezing, of course, double buffed this season with Fairy Wind doing more damage and Brutal Swing now cheaper. We do get the defense drop there, but really no reason to fight for Switch because I don't care. I don't care where that Tentacruel ends up, and I don't know what their third Pokemon is just yet. So I'm going to come in with SKUNTANK, throw before they're at their play rough. Go for the Crunch this time on purpose because I don't know if Trailblaze would have taken out. Trailblaze does do slightly less damage. In the back, going to be Greninja. We're going to be able to buff our attack with the Trailblaze. And I think my win con is just Cobalion here. Yeah. So Hydro Cannon actually doesn't quite take out. We do get one more Poison Jab through there, which is nice, but also gives them energy. So I'm going to come in now with Cobalion. Cobalion can definitely tank one Hydro Cannon, and I don't think that I have to. So I'm going to go ahead and shield that up. And do I go for the catch? Yeah, I go for the catch on the second one. Now this opponent, this is a nasty play right here. They no bubble this Hydro Cannon. Stay in, do 3 more Water Shurikens to ensure they leave with another Hydro Cannon. That way they can always hit Cobalion with that Hydro Cannon or force my final shield for me. So here comes the Tentacruel. They Poison Jab down, and I think this is over. Like, I don't even throw a good timing there because I thought the game was over, but then I'm like, no, play it out, play it out. Their Poison Jabs are double resisted. Scald did do less than half of my remaining health, so I'm gonna go for this Stone Edge here. Puts them into the red. I can't shield this. This is going to be doing less than the Hydro Cannon. They threw a bad timing there, giving me a free double kick. And that's actually the game changer, I think. Because if they got 1 or 2 more Poison Jabs there, I guess it would have just been 1 more. It might have KO'd. It might not have. It might not have. But this ensures I get the Sacred Sword off into the Greninja, and that's going to be GG's. Well played. So they made a really, really good play, and then they made a bad play after I made a bad play myself. So GG's. Well played. All right, into the next one, Galarian Moltres. Very cool Pokemon, and honestly, I need to see someone play this. I need to see someone play this because I was looking at the Sims and it looks pretty good. I only have one Galarian Moltres, and it's at like 500 CP, 560 something right now. So I could use it in Great League. Problem is, it only gets like 1462, so it's not very close to 1500. If I power it up to Ultra League, it's like 2480 or 2490, I think 2490. But then I don't know if I'm ever going to get another Galarian Moltres for a while that's going to be below Great League. So I'm in a little bit of a dilemma, but the Sims look great for it. It really does. It looks like a really good save swap, and the zeros, it does some nasty work. Anyways, we end up pulling the second shield with a Trailblaze right there into Hippowdon. They're going to be able to connect with a Rock Weather Ball here. Hippowdon very fast, very fast. I think it's every 4.5 seconds it gets to a Rock Weather Ball. So I'm not even going to play around. I'm not even going to do 4 Shadow Calls. I'm going to do 3 here. Get this liquidation off, take them out. And out comes a Venusaur. And at this point, I'm in a good spot because if they just dumped all their energy on the Galarian Moltres, and we're going to be resisting everything from this Venusaur on our Cobalion. So I don't care if they catch on their Moltres here. We should be in a great spot. They actually don't catch. So now they just have these 2 very low health Pokemon. We're going to be able to double kick everything down or Sacred Sword this Venusaur. So that's GG's. Well played to my opponent. I just finished streaming and then I recorded this video. My voice is tapped, so I'm going to wrap this up quickly. Thank you all so much for watching. If you enjoyed today's video, make sure you leave a like and a comment down below. Let me know what you thought of Shadow Skuntank and Cobalion. Let me know about Cobalion as well, because I was really impressed with both. 17-0, nuts. All right, thank you to my channel members. And until next time, this is ChillisFM reminding you to always keep pushing forward.